Joining us now from Scandium Canada, we have one familiar face, Guy Bourassa, as well as a new person to introduce, Simon Thibault, who is the newly appointed President and CEO of Scandium Canada, as well as being President of their wholly owned subsidiary, Scalium Plus, which is advancing commercialization of aluminium-scandium alloys. Welcome to you both. Now, Simon, I hope you'll forgive us, but Guy and I are going to talk about you to each other. Guy, can you tell me what it was that made Simon the standout candidate for this position, and why now?
Well, as you remember, we acquired on June 29 Scalium Plus, which is the new wholly owned subsidiary for the development of alloys and commercialization of alloys. So we were very fortunate that Simon, with all of his background, was available to take the role for the next steps in the advancement of the company and led by the development and commercialization of our alloys. So no, very, very fortunate. I'm very glad that he accepted to join us. He is definitively, as he will tell you, Shirley, the man to move this thing forward. And I'm very glad. I'm going to be obviously supporting Simon in his role. I'm still acting as a director, but also as a strategic advisor to the management. And we definitively are going to join our force and our network to make sure that this is a success.
So Simon, you do have quite an illustrious pedigree. Can you tell us what so inspired you to come and join Scandium Canada and Scalium Plus?
Yeah, thanks. Actually, two main things. The first thing, of course, is the great work that was done by Guy and the fact that, the very strong foundations that they've building on the Crater Lake project, but also with the acquisition of Ferreol Technologies, which is now Scalium Plus. To me, that was really the number one piece. Strong foundations, good vision, and a vision that was perfectly aligned with my experience, coming from General Motors and the industry and also from government agencies. I think what really convinced me also on top of those strong foundations was the fact that there were very fundamental things that Scandium Canada was achieving, already doing. I mean, it's a company that's, as somebody said recently, it's a real company that really has products today on the market. So essentially, we have customers, we have alloys, we have an active qualification pipeline. So to me, this was very different from other projects where essentially it's a mining project that we're trying to push on the market versus essentially already having products. And those products, with the demand that you have, the market that you have, and the customer that you have, this is creating a pull on the mine. So to me, this was really fundamental difference from other projects, and this is what was really making it very attractive for me.
Well, we saw just recently, Ferreol Skis are going to be incorporating Scalium's alloys in their 26-27 range. Can you give us any more teasers about products and customers that are currently in the works or potentially soon to come?
It's very difficult to give teasers, to be honest. As I'm sure you very well understand, we have a lot of confidentiality clauses and NDAs in place, so we cannot disclose names. However, I think it's well known that Scandium alloys, when you have that product that you can already send commercial samples to customers, there's a very broad range of applications that are of interest. That being said, our business is not about doing it all. Our business is about focusing on the core application. So yes, sporting goods. This has the benefits of us already being active, already being producing and selling products to existing clients. So that's the first one. But of course, there's everything that touches aerospace, aeronautics. And so we're actively engaged with customers that are in that business, tier one and OEMs, companies that have the same kind of mindset as I was having when I was with GM in the past. So essentially, companies that are looking for a product that is on spec, a product that they can insert in their supply chain right now without having to do 3-4 additional steps of conversion, refining, and a product that is cost competitive. So with that in mind, we're targeting, again, aerospace, aeronautic, defense applications, advanced manufacturing. But sadly, we cannot disclose too many names right now because of all the NDAs in place.
Well, you can't blame us for trying, and it does sound like the sky is the limit. But Guy, now I think it's time that we address the elephant-sized mosquito in the room. You seem to be in the field, judging from your outfit and your background. So we do know that drilling is progressing at Crater Lake in Quebec, particularly at the TG zone, where you're working to expand your resource there. What updates can you share with us?
Well, I can share that we were initially targeting a 4,000 meters drilling, aiming at three specifics. First, collection of a mine representative bulk sample for the metallurgical test for the feasibility study. Confirmation of the lateral extensions north and south of the TG zone. And we're currently doing that as we speak. During the summer, we realized the high resolution, low altitude by drone MAG that revealed signatures that cross about 5 kilometers, including the TG zone. So we were fortunate to be able to close a $5 million financing about a week and a half ago. And that allows us to increase by another 4,000 meters the actual drilling campaign. So it's very, very interesting. We have found what we were expecting and maybe more. And we will be informing the investors with the results as they come.
Now, can you give us an updated sense of what is to come, given that you are able to expand the drilling?
Well, obviously, there's going to be a update on the 2025 mineral resource estimate. That will not come before, let's say, end of this year, depending how fast we can get the analysis of the core sample of the zone restricted to the TG zone and the lateral extensions for about 150 meters each side. So if you recall, the deposit is within about 550 meters. So if we are able to demonstrate and include in the mineral resource estimate an additional 250 meters, that's huge. So that's going to be reflected on that mineral resource estimate. Because we are doing that, we have decided to postpone the completion of a technical evaluation of the project to incorporate the results of these new results. So that will lead to a PEA, preliminary economic assessment, sometime in early of 2027, maybe late 2026. Depends on how rapidly we can wrap up the new resource estimate.
And Simon, I know there's early days in your seat, but tell us, what are those forward-looking milestones that you have on your mind that we can learn today?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So again, of course, the big focus right now is on the alloys, and it's on the commercialization of those alloys, making sure that we get this qualification pipeline to move forward, to make sure that we get the products in the hands of our customers, and that we can make announcements about those collaborations, partnerships, and even potentially offtake and supply agreements very soon. So I think that's the core focus right now. Now, that being said, of course, if we put more products, it means that ultimately we'll need our own supply chain to build and produce and manufacture those products. And that leads to the mine. And what Guy was just saying about now the project moving towards a PEA in the early 2027, I understand that some of our investors and shareholders may be, a bit disappointed with the fact that we're not going as fast as we were initially planning with the mine site. That being said, I'm extremely confident in the approach, and here's why. Why is because right now our focus is on the alloys, and the alloys is what matters in the short term. Meanwhile, we also need to be very engaged and very active on the mine site and do things in the proper way at the proper pace. So we got to make sure that we have all the information in place to have a very good assessment of what the project is, and we are extremely confident that the PEA is the right platform to do that, because we have all the information in place to secure what's required for the requirements of the PEA, and trying to push on information and making it too fast and going to a PFS, in my opinion, would be a mistake at this stage. So that's why I'm very confident with the approach that the company is moving forward with right now.
Well, we do hope that you're going to keep us up to date with that so that we'll have a more clear idea of that timeline when you do. And in the meantime, all the best with the rigs and with those mosquitoes.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you very much.